everybody. Hello from Texas. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are all well and enjoying your week. What is it today? Wednesday, I think. Lost all track of time once again, but I hope you guys are all doing great. It is my birthday today, but we are actually going to start making my dad's birthday cake for tomorrow. So yesterday I made a white chocolate raspberry bundt cake for myself, and that's one of the pictures that I posted for the recipe today. So this is actually a white chocolate raspberry bundt cake with cream cheese frosting. So we're going to be doing the same thing, but we're going to be making a carrot cake instead. Nice, Paul, for being on time. Thank you, Abby. You are so sweet. So it's a little different in this kitchen, obviously. So just bear with me as I stumble through getting used to some of the different things that my dad has in his kitchen and the setup and stuff like that. If you're gonna be making the carrot cake with me today, you wanna make sure that you get your carrots in a pot with some water right now on the stove to boil until they are soft, because we're gonna have to throw them into the freezer really fast to make sure that they are cooled down for when we put them in our cake. So I have about a cup of carrot puree in my freezer right now, cooling down, but I need a quarter cup more to be able to do this recipe. I am cutting the recipe in half. My dad picked this recipe out. It's one of his favorites at a restaurant, and it's actually a 10-layer carrot cake. So we're obviously not going to be doing all 10 layers like the recipe, but we will be making actually just little bundt cakes to go with it instead. Thank you, Kelly. You're so sweet for the happy birthday. Hello, Tiffany. I am going to try and have the comments come up here on my computer. Thank you, Tiffany. You're so sweet. I actually got completely ready today. Eye makeup and all. Put something on besides sweatpants. So I'm feeling good today. Feeling 28, you guys. Super awesome. Hello, Eileen. How are you? So let's get this video shared out on all those platforms, you guys, all those groups, your Facebook pages. Just remember, don't do a watch party, because then I can't talk to those people. Their view counts don't count for our awesome giveaway that we do at the end of our show. My carrots are over here on the stove boiling until they are soft. You can use big carrots, small carrots, shredded carrots. You just want to be able to boil them until they are soft, and you'll be able to puree them. All right, awesome, you guys. Thank you, Ashley, Christopher, Sarah. Thank you guys for all the happy birthdays. Courtney, we're little birthday twins. Hello, Miranda and Jody. Laura, hello. Thank you for the birthday wishes, you guys. Let's get this post shared out there. It will be my dad's birthday tomorrow. It's always been kind of cool. Our birthdays only being a day apart. We've always celebrated together, going out to dinner, eating yummy desserts and things like that. So it's awesome to be here, kind of quarantined in his house here in Texas. The weather is nice and warm compared to North Dakota. Even though I know it is getting warmer there right now, it's still 85 and warmer here. So it does beat the North Dakota cold. Thank you for the birthday cake, Laura. So awesome. You guys are so sweet. I appreciate all the love on my birthday. All right, one more share across the Facebook group, and then we will be good to go and start our recipe. Remember, if you are making this with me, you want to make sure those carrots are nice and soft, and then you want to puree them so there are no big chunks or anything like that as far as your carrots are concerned. I have a cup of pureed carrots in the deep freeze right now so that we can put them in our recipe. You want to make sure those carrots are nice and cooled down for this recipe. Hello, Kathy and Cindy. Hello, you guys. Hello. So please, you guys, do bear with me in this new kitchen. I've never cooked in my dad's kitchen before, at least not this one. So bear with me. I'll show you guys one more time. So yesterday I made a white chocolate raspberry bundt cake. Super yummy and delicious. This recipe is way easier. This is just bach cakes mixed with a little bit of applesauce, a little bit of instant pudding mix, some fresh raspberries, and then you just baked it. I love my Pampered Chef mini Bundt pan, you guys. They came out so clean and smooth, no missing chunks, nothing stuck to the pan. It was absolutely incredible. Using this pan again today through Pampered Chef, and the link is in the description of this video. If you click on my face, the description of the video will pop up, and those will be the links and the recipe there. And then also, if you are missing my live videos for whatever reason, in the upper right hand corner there's 3 dots. You can click those and say, please notify me anytime Mom Feeling Hungry Boys goes live, and then you won't miss me anymore, which would be awesome. Hello you guys. Lynn, thank you. Hello. Marissa, I have not tried baby food carrots. I have not. Thank you, Jill, you're sweet. Happy wedding anniversary on Tuesday. Deborah, thank you for the happy birthday cake. You guys are awesome. Okay, so we are going to get started. Like I said, I'm cutting this recipe in half. This makes a 10-layer cake. So if you ever want to venture out and actually make this recipe from beginning to end, it's actually going to be 10 thin layers of carrot cake put together with cream cheese frosting. Super awesome. But since we don't need 10 layers and there's only 3 of us eating this birthday cake, we just have these 6 mini Bundt pans that will be plenty for all of us, because we still have some left over with my white chocolate raspberry that we did. So thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. You guys are awesome. And Dad, they're all sending birthday wishes to you. He's here in the house. He's kind of sneaking around like a little mouse, but he is here, and I will request his presence here in a little bit so that he can say hi to everybody. So come on, Dad, get in the picture. There he is. There's my dad. It's his birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, Daddy. Everybody say hi to him. This is his kitchen, his house here in Texas. So we didn't get any bad storms. I thought we were going to get one last night. It was kind of brewing that way, but it actually didn't come to fruition. So we were all good here. Yes, happy birthday to Dad and birthday to me. All right, so some of my carrots are on the stove still. The rest of them, you guys, I have in the deep freeze. So if you're making this recipe and you're short on time, just remember, if you're wanting something to cool down quickly, you want it as thin as possible. So a big dish of some kind, and then spread the carrots out in a thin layer, and then they will cool significantly faster than if you put them in a big cup or something like that. So our carrots are in there, cooling down, so we can add them to our cake when it is time. Hello everybody, I love all the love today, you guys. T, Linda, Lynn, Kathy, you guys are awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna get started on our next steps. We are going to take our coconut and put it in the food processor, and we're gonna pulse it until it's very fine pieces. The recipe doesn't say whether it's sweetened or unsweetened coconut, so I did grab sweetened coconut. So this is my favorite brand, the Baker's coconut brand. I tried to flip my camera today for you guys, but for whatever reason, when I flip it, it makes me really tall and narrow, and it doesn't look good. So I am backwards today, so I apologize for that, you guys. But these coconut flakes are my favorite ones to use. Hannah, hello. Sarah, how are you guys all doing? So we need about 3 ounces of the coconut shreds. Remember, if you guys want to do the full recipe, it will be a full cake. You can do the full amount. I am cutting my recipe in half, so just remember that when I'm saying these measurements out loud, these are half the recipe. So I'm going to just do about 3 ounces of dried coconut. This bag in itself is 7 ounces, so I'm going to do a little less than half of this bag in here and shred it up nice and fine. My dad did point out last night that if you're wanting to add a couple more flavor compounds to this recipe, he says raisins are really, really good in carrot cake, and some nuts, some pecans or walnuts are really, really good in this carrot cake, he says. But you guys know how I feel about nuts. I avoid them like the plague, so there are no nuts in this one today because I want to be able to eat it too. Hello, Sandy, how are you? So we've got about 3 ounces of finely shredded coconut in here, and then we are going to shred it even more. This is just a little Cuisine Art Smart Stick blender. It comes with a lot of more attachments, a lot more options to whisk and blend and saute and all those crazy things. So we're just going to blend this up. Get rid of those big chunks. You don't want big chunks of coconut. You want it nice and fine so that it's nice on the palate in a nice soft cake. I am creating my coconut. It's a little yellow now because there were a little bit of carrots left in here, but that's okay. So we're just gonna blend this up. You guys can use a blender, a food processor, a chopper of some kind, anything to get these nice and fine for your recipe. Yes, Marissa, I can eat nuts as a snack all day long. I just don't think they deserve to be in desserts is all. They don't come off to me as a dessert type of ingredient. So this is how we want our coconut to look. Nice and finely chopped in there, no big chunks, just like that. So about 3 ounces of our coconut. Yes, raisins would be cool. My dad giggled last night, said he loves raisins in his, but he always forgets to buy them, and so he used to raid his Raisin Bran Crunch cereal and pull the raisins out so he could put it in his carrot cake. So a little friendly tip, if you don't have raisins but you have Raisin Bran Crunch, you can steal the raisins out of there like my dad does when he forgets. So we have this all pulsed up and finely chopped. I'm going to just take a little bowl and dump the coconut into a bowl so that we can use this food processor again for our pineapple. So our pineapple is next, and we are going to use this same tool to crush up our pineapple. So you want to I got just crushed pineapple through Dole, another one of my favorite companies for pineapple. We're going to take this and we are going to strain out the liquid to the pineapple, and then we're going to put this in the food processor and grind it up again. So it wants about 7 ounces of pineapple for the full recipe, but we are only going to do about 3.5 ounces. Dad, what do you think is equivalent to 3.5 ounces?
I would say half cup is 4 ounces, so I use half cup.
Okay, so we're going to do half a cup today. My first step, you guys, is I am going to take this bowl, and it's got a fine mesh strainer in it, because you guys know that last recipe, the pineapple pretzel salad that I did not strain the liquid out enough, and I will admit to doing that. So I would say today, just make sure you use a fine mesh strainer so that you can get rid of that excess liquid, so that your cake isn't smushy and lacks structure in any way. So do about half a cup of the pineapple, and you're just gonna kind of press lightly on the strainer to get off a lot of that juice that's in there, because we just want the pineapple itself. That is the least awkward way. I love that. That's great, you guys. It is hilarious that he does that with his cereal. All right, hi Rory. My husband is on tuning in from North Dakota, where he is taking care of our lovely boys. So I'm going to take this cup, you guys, and stick it into my food processor, and we are going to grind that up nice and small. It is crushed pineapple, but there are some bigger chunks in here that we don't want in our cake. Riley, I want to see the video later where you and your dad do 28 birthday shots. Oh boy. I would do 28 shots of frosting. Jason, we are making carrot bundt cakes. So mini carrot bundt cakes. Just blend this up, you guys, till it's nice and fine, just like our coconut. Perfect. If your carrots are on the stove, you guys, I am going to pop over and I am going to check my carrots and see if they are fork tender. But I am going to put my pineapple in the same bowl with my coconut. You're okay to mix them at this point. So put them in the bowl, get that food processor all cleared out. I'm going to pop over here to the stove, over here, and just check on my carrots and see if they're fork tender. It's the best way to know if they are ready to be pureed or not. So I think they are good to go. Yeah. So I'm going to pull these off of the heat, you guys, and I'm going to just stick a couple in our food processor that we've been using and blend them, and then I'm going to pop them into the freezer to cool them rapidly. I just need 1/4 cup more. I'm all sideways here. You need a cup and a quarter if you are having the recipe. If not, you're gonna need 2.5 cups, you guys. 2.5 cups if you guys are doing the full recipe. Pop these in here. Thank you for the happy birthday. Yes, Marissa, I've never used coconut or pineapple in my carrot cakes before, so this is gonna be an exciting new change to the recipe that I am used to making, very basic carrot cake. But it's the carrot cake recipe my dad sent me, so what he sends is what he gets. When you are pureeing your carrots, you're going to want to use a little bit of the liquid that you use to boil the carrots on the stove. It will help blend them a lot easier. All right. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. They just keep coming in. Looking good, birthday girl. Thanks, babe. You're sweet. I love you and I miss you. So you're blending these up, you guys. And like I said, if we want to cool them quickly, you want to lay them in a flat layer and stick them in the freezer. All right, until they're nice and pureed. Kind of like Marissa said, they will look but like baby food. You want them nice and pureed up. And like I said earlier, I just need a quarter of a cup was all I was missing of our carrots. There we go. I'm just gonna scoop them into my measuring cup, get a nice accurate read on how much puree I have, like so. And then I'm going to take out the carrot puree that I already have cooling in the fridge because it's nice and cold, and I'm gonna scoop it out and put it in the bowl with our coconut and our pineapple. They can be together at this point because we're just gonna mix them into the main cake part in a second. So I'm just gonna dump this tiny little quarter cup in here and flatten it out as much as possible so that it cools rapidly so we can throw it in our recipe. You wanna make sure your carrots are nice and cool, you guys. You don't want warm carrots in your recipe. All right. Now, how's everyone doing? Hello, Rose and Vicky. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. This is really awesome. So here we've got our pineapple, our coconut, and our carrot puree all right there. Now, let's get our pan ready. So if you want to use the cake pan, if you want to use mini Bundt pans, a big Bundt pan, you can really put this cake in whatever form you want. You'll just have to change the cooking times and the variations there, which reminds me, I need to preheat my oven, which I have forgotten to do. Thankfully, my dad seems to preheat rather quickly compared to mine at home. But I am looking at our recipe from last night because it was a really good, so 350 is the time they say, and for these mini Bundts, 40 to 45 minutes. Mine cooked a little bit faster than that, so my dad's oven might be warm, or my Bundts may be a little either smaller or bigger than the recipe that I'm pulling the directions from. So preheat your oven to 350, and now we're going to spray our pan. You want to spray it generously. You want to make sure that these cakes come out nice and smooth when you pop them over upside down. You guys know I love my Pam cooking spray. This is Pam with a little bit of flour in it. If you don't have this, when you butter your pans, use a little bit of flour, dumping off the excess, tapping it out of the pan so that your cakes don't stick. It is the best way to stop cake from sticking to a pan is to add some flour on top of your butter in your pan. All right. Thank you, Rebecca and Buffy. Thank you. Yes, I'm at my dad's today, you guys, here in Texas, having lots of fun together so far. All right, so we are getting ready to make the rest of our cake. So we have our coconut all ground up. We have our pineapple all ground up. Our pans should be ready and prepared by now. Thank you, Michelle. All right, you can also, if you're using a big cake pan, you can line a piece of parchment paper on the bottom so that it pops out nicely. Kind of to each their own. If there's some tried and true way that you get your cakes out of your pans, just stick with it so that you don't have to struggle or break anything apart. to get your stuff out of there. All right, kind of clear off my working space a little bit so that I can get in here and get cooking these cakes. So we are going to mix our sugar and our oil together. Take one of my mixing bowls, and we need to mix our sugar and our oil. So we need 2 1/4 cups of sugar. Again, you guys, this is the recipe cut in half. Okay, so I don't want you guys doing the half if you want the full recipe going on here. So I need 2 1/4 cups of sugar. I'm gonna get this bag of sugar open the best I can. Here we go. Perfect. My measuring cup has a little bit of carrot still in there, so I am just gonna wipe it out with a paper towel so that my sugar doesn't stick too bad to the inside. So 2 1/4 cup. Remember, you guys, use your solids measuring cup. If you guys don't know what the difference is, it will show you here in a second. So this is a solids measuring cup. They come in sets, usually ranging from a cup to 1/8 of a cup. This is your liquid measuring cup. Anything, usually it's glass or clear plastic. They do measure differently, liquids and solids do. So just keep that in mind when you are baking. It's very important. It can mean the difference between a recipe working or failing. So just remember that, you guys, that there is a difference. So we need 2 1/4 cup. Just like that. And then my 1/4 cup right here. Ta-da! Put the sugar over here so it doesn't get ruined. Let's see what some of you guys are saying. The airport, I had 3 flights. All airports were completely dead. All of their different kiosks and stuff were completely closed down. They did social distancing on the plane, which was really nice. So you had row behind you, row in front of you. No one was ever really close to each other, which was nice. And if you accidentally got booked close to somebody, they allowed you to get up and move around so that you were distance away from each other, which was really nice. You saw the flight attendants all had Lysol Clorox wipes and were wiping stuff down, which made you feel really good, even though I brought my own onto the plane. If you're using box cake mix, use a bit of dry mix instead of flour on top to butter your pan. Good to know, Marissa. Awesome little tip, you guys. If you're using a box cake mix, use a little bit of the cake mix in your pan to stop it from sticking instead of flour. So we've got our sugar in here. Now we need, the regular recipe is 2 1/4 cups of corn or vegetable oil. So I need 1 1/8 of a cup, which I don't think this measuring cup is gonna have, but I will do my best.
I have a dry 1/8 cup.
I know you do. My dad recommends that I use the dry 1/8 of a cup, but I have a 1/4, and you just go half of the 1/4 of a cup. So 1 1/4 cup of oil. I am using the corn oil, but you can use vegetable. Yes, Rose, we did meet Dad. I will make him get up again here in a little bit. He's sitting on the couch reading a book right now, but I will let some of the late to the party people meet him as well. So let's take, you guys can use your stand mixers, or I'm using my egg beaters, and just mix up your oil and your sugar. Creaming your butter, you guys are creaming your sugars. You're mixing your sugar and your oil together until a nice blended mixture is there, nice coarse sand is there. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes, you guys. Again, if I left out the coconut, would I have to substitute it? Jill, because there's not a lot of moisture with the coconut, I wouldn't say so. I think you should be okay if you leave the coconut out. There should be enough moisture from the rest of the ingredients that it shouldn't matter too much, is what I'm gonna say. I've never done it, so if you do it, let me know if it made a difference or not. So we've got to add our eggs in now with our sugar and our oil. So the regular recipe is 8 eggs, you guys. That's a lot of eggs, but we're just using 4 today because I am cutting the recipe in half. I do want another bowl because I don't trust myself. You guys know that I am not very good at cracking eggs, and I don't want to get any shells in my dad's birthday cake, but we need 4 eggs in with our oil and our sugar. Yes, you guys, if you don't like coconut, I think you guys will be completely fine following this recipe and leaving the coconut out. Since it isn't super dry and it isn't super moist, I think it is just kind of like adding nuts to a recipe. It doesn't make or break it or change the recipe at all if you were to leave it out. Dropped coconut on the floor. Yes, all the love, you guys. Is so awesome. You guys are such a great group of supporters and making this dream of mine come true, supporting me on a daily basis and giving my family lots of love all the time. Thank you, Alexis. I hope you're doing well. Totally understandable. Not everybody's a coconut fan. I never used to be, but I have learned to love it slowly over time. All right, so we are going to mix in our eggs. Whisk it in. So if you are using your paddle attachment, switch to a whisk attachment and whisk your eggs in. Get them nice and mixed in. You don't want to see any big pieces of yolk in there. Thank you, Rose. Thank you for singing to us. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. So this creates a nice fluffy mixture with the oil, the sugar, and the eggs. It should be kind of a pale yellow mixture. And now we are going to whisk in our puree, our carrot puree, our pineapple, our coconut, and our vanilla extract. So our vanilla extract, the regular recipe is 1.5 tablespoons. So I need, all right, here's the math, you guys. 1.5 tablespoons. So they don't create a 3/4 of a tablespoon. All right, what does that create, you guys? Dad?
What?
1.5. So a tablespoon is 15. So 22 milliliters cut, 22 milliliters cut in half would be 11. So a little over 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract if you are cutting the recipe in half. Yep, 3/4 of a tablespoon, but I don't have that as a measurement on my dad's handy dandy Pampered Chef measuring spoons, which are awesome. It's all the measuring spoons in one. It just slides, here we go, slides up and down to create either a bigger or a smaller opening, which is super awesome and super handy. But the only downside is it does not fit in a bottle of any kind. So if you like to be able to serve your seasonings right out of the bottle, this isn't the measuring spoon for you. But Pampered Chef has a set of measuring spoons that fit in every bottle I've tried so far, which is super stellar, awesome, and really helps with time when it comes to measuring some stuff out. I am in Texas, you guys. I am in Texas. My flights were good. I made it here safe. We social distanced. Everyone was super clean. I've never smelt airports more clean in my life. People are just walking around spraying and wiping everything everywhere, which was awesome. Just dump the vanilla in and it's good. I did just a little over 2 teaspoons of vanilla, you guys. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. You want 11 milliliters of vanilla, which is just a little bit over 2 teaspoons. Thank you, Kitty. Thank you for the reminder. So you're gonna be adding the 1 1/4 cup of carrots. So my 1/4 cup of carrots are right here, nice and cooled down for our recipe. Thank you, Kitty. You are a recipe lifesaver. Love that you guys are paying attention. I really appreciate it. So we're mixing all of this in. Don't forget to swipe down the ends of the edges of your bowl. Get all those yummy ingredients in there. Make sure you don't have any patches of sugar or anything that has clumped up anywhere in your bowl. There we go. Thank you, Doodles. Thank you for the birthday love. All right, so in another bowl, we're gonna mix together our flour, our salt, our baking soda, and our cinnamon. So all of our dry ingredients are going in our next bowl. So I'm gonna set this one off to the side. There we go. It's definitely different cooking in anyone else's kitchen. You have your own way of stuff, your own tools and whatever, but my dad really does do a lot of cooking, so he has everything that I need here. It's just a little different than cooking at home, which is totally fine with me. We can get it done. All right, so now we're gonna mix in 2 1/2 cups of flour first. So just your regular all-purpose flour, you guys. I'm using unbleached just because it was the only thing at the grocery store, which totally works, you guys. Bleached flour is merely for looks. It just gives it that white in color, but unbleached isn't much different at all. So we need just 2 1/2 cups of flour. Remember to use your solid measuring cups, you guys. If you guys have that measure all cup, you can use that as well. It works for both liquids and solids. That measure all measuring cup that I love using. I'm gonna clean off my.
Batch, 2 1/2 cups. That's a huge batch.
This is half a batch.
I know.
It's normally 5 cups and 8 eggs, Dad. It was a big recipe. I had to cut it in half. I didn't get breakfast in bed for my birthday. I'm not a huge breakfast eater, but that's okay. I did get my morning coffee, which was good. That worked for me. So 2 1/2 cups of flour. Dad, I think it's about time for your second appearance on the show. We've got a couple of people wanting to meet you. So he's gonna get up and come over and say hello while I add in my salt, baking soda, and cinnamon. This is my dad, Dean. We are here in his kitchen in Texas. Everybody say hello to the guy that gave me life, and he has a birthday tomorrow as well. So yes, awesome. You guys get to meet him. He's usually always on my shows commenting and stuff like that. You probably either don't know it's him or haven't seen him comment before, but he's usually on there in the background making funny comments. So we have our flour. Then we need 1/4 of a tablespoon of salt. 1/4 of a tablespoon. All right. So will be a little less than a teaspoon, you guys. A little less than a teaspoon is what we're working with today for the salt. Daddy, everyone said happy birthday and hello to you. Here we go. So a little less than a teaspoon, you guys, of salt. Then we need 1 1/2 tablespoons of baking soda. So again, that's 2 teaspoons of baking soda, right? Yeah, just a little over 2 teaspoons of baking soda. So this is where, you guys, this measuring spoon isn't the best because it does not fit in this baking soda container. So having to shake it out into the measuring spoon, which isn't always the best option when it comes to things like this. Everyone, Dad, everyone's saying happy birthday and hello and all that fun stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
Send champagne. We got an address. We'll take delivery.
Send champagne. We take delivery, you guys. All right. So then we need 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. So it's about 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. It's kind of a consistent thread in the recipe that it's about the same. Remember, if you're making the full recipe, which will be a lot, it's a 10-layer cake, you guys. you will be using 2.5 tablespoons of cinnamon, vanilla, and salt. So this is why it's not the best measuring spoon, you guys. Kind of just dumping it around, eyeballing it when it comes to the cinnamon here. Just like that. Awesome. All right, so we've got our flour, our salt, our baking soda, and our cinnamon. We're going to kind of just mix this together with the whisk. Make sure it's nice and incorporated. Ooh, I like this Pampered Chef whisk. I don't have one of these at home yet, and I am loving it. It's very heavy duty, nice and sturdy, which I really like about a whisk. I don't like flimsy whisks that really don't get in there and do their job very well. So I really like this Pampered Chef whisk, you guys. Shaped really well, nice and sturdy. The handle's nice and heavy, so you really feel like you have something to hold on to. So I recommend this whisk, you guys, a lot. Yes, Jason, this normally would be a 10-layer, very, very thin layer cake, but we are actually switching it into a mini bundt cake. So ours will be a little different. We'll bake it a little different and prep it a little different. But this is a recipe at a restaurant. It's their 10-layer carrot cake. So we've got our liquids, you guys, here. We've got our sugar, our carrots, our pineapple, our coconut, our oil, and our eggs, and our wet. And you're gonna dump your dry in, and then you're just gonna gently fold it into your wet mixture. Very gently, you guys don't wanna over mix it. You just wanna gently fold it into each other. Gently fold the mixture. Folding, you're gonna kind of just swoop over, pick it up, and lay it back down. Is folding the mixture into the other mixture. And you just want it nice and smooth, but not for an extended period of time. Do not over mix it, you guys. Less is more when it comes to mixing this batter, is what it says. So just be careful. No, not a normal layer cake, super, super thin. I could have posted the picture in the description today, you guys would have seen, but super, super thin. Equal parts, so think about how thin your frosting layer is when you layer cake. That's about how thin the cake itself is for this recipe. So you kind of want this, how you mix your pancake batter. You still want it to be a little lumpy, but you don't want any big pockets of dry mixture. So this is about done, you guys. It was probably about, 25 folds, and then we are good to go. It's nice and mixed up. I will come a little closer so you guys can kind of see the texture and the consistency of it. Is kind of chunky because obviously of the different pineapple, coconut, and carrot that is in there, but also the flour itself. All right, so that's nice and mixed in. Now, so if you're making the 10-layer cake, it says place, listen to this, 3/4 of a pound, about 1 heaping cup of batter on each prepared pan. Spread it out to an even layer with an offset spatula. Bake at 350 for 7 minutes. Rotate and cook another 5 to 10 minutes until the edges pull away from the side of the pan and the cake lightly springs back when you touch the center of it. That sounds super confusing. But we are just doing, thank you, Macy. We are just doing mini bundt cakes today. So what I did yesterday seemed to really work out. I took my batter and I placed it into a Ziploc bag. And then I squeezed it out of the Ziploc bag into my cake molds. I had a little bit extra batter yesterday, and so what I did is I just grabbed my dad's cupcake tin, which I'm gonna grab again today, you guys, and just use his cupcake tin. Spray it like you did your bundt cake pan, and then you can make little carrot cake cupcakes as well. Just like that. I am going to ask for my dad's assistance here so that I can get the batter into the gallon Ziploc bag without too big of a mess for myself. Ever seen that?
That works.
Yeah. So the edge of this bowl has a nice pour spout in it. So I'm gonna try my best to pour it into the Ziploc bag and not all over my dad's hands or body. So there we go. Spatula.
This is working well.
So far, so good, you guys. Not too messy, just enough for my dad to lick his fingers and tell me if the batter is good or not.
I was going to say, I want to lick the spoon. I want to lick the spoon.
Yeah. I want you to try it. Make sure we pass the test. All right, so just like that, and then I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully push back one of these corners and I'm going to clip it and then use it to pour into our two different bins. Thank you, Deb. So we're going to try our best. These bags actually don't have a definite corner, which is kind of unique. I've never seen that before. But we're just gonna take a pair of kitchen scissors. We're just gonna clip off the corner and then pour it in gently. Pampered Chef has a super awesome device for this batter pouring. I did link it in the description of this video today so that you guys could get yourself one. You just pour it into it and it just has a handle squeeze and a pressure that releases the batter where you want it, when you want it. You want to fill this kind of like you would a cupcake tin, about 3/4 of the way full, because it will grow in size and you don't want the bottom to over extend, because then it won't be flat and it won't lay flat for you when it comes time to serve it. Don't forget to leave your reactions on the post, you guys. We are almost done and putting these in the oven. So leave your reactions on the post so we can do our giveaway today. We're just going to be using regular cream cheese frosting for our cakes. I did make mine yesterday. You just use some cream cheese, powdered sugar, butter, vanilla, and a little bit of either milk or heavy whipping cream to thin it out a little bit if you add too much powdered sugar in. The recipe that I included with this post today is the cream cheese recipe, cream cheese frosting recipe they use at this restaurant, and they use a little bit, I think either lemon or lime juice in it. So that's something unique that I've never tried before, but sounds delicious and would be a really nice tart accent flavor to go along with your pineapple that's in this cake. All right, sorry guys, I was getting a phone call and didn't see it, but happy birthday, Justine. Birthday twins here, Tauruses are awesome. Sometimes when we want to be. All right, so I'm making a mess with this last cupcake thing, but that shouldn't be hard to clean out. I do have some extra batter, you guys, so just remember that when you guys are making this recipe that you will probably want to cut the recipe in half, because this makes 6 decent sized bundt cakes and 6 full-size cupcakes. I do see a little bit of dry cake mix in this one cupcake, so I'm just going to kind of lightly mix it around with my spatula so we don't have a big dry cake clump there. You've never had carrot cake ever, you are missing out, Sammy. As long as you like cream cheese frosting, carrot cake is where it is at, for sure. So we're gonna bake this at 350 for about 30 minutes. Checking on it, you guys, occasionally. You want it baked up. It will start to pull away from the edges of your pan. You can cake test it with a toothpick or the awesome Pampered Chef cake pan tester. Just keep an eye on it, you guys. I'm gonna pop these in there in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes. And then we will do our giveaway. Pop those in there. I'm gonna start my timer. Don't ever forget to start your timers, you guys. It is nearly impossible to guess when they're gonna be done if you don't remember to put a timer on. All right, I'm gonna wipe the counter off really fast, and then we will do our giveaway. If anybody has any questions about the recipe or the frosting, the cream cheese frosting, if you've never made it and have questions, feel free to ask them now. I can answer any questions to the best of my abilities. I'm just gonna wipe this counter down really quick so that I can pull my computer closer and get our names all in here. If you're not sure how to get entered into the giveaway, you guys just want to leave a reaction on the post. It doesn't really matter to me whether it's a heart, a thumbs up, a sad face, you name it, but down here at the bottom of your screen, leave a reaction and you'll get entered into the giveaway today. We are doing one giveaway for my birthday day, and whoever wins will get a kitchen and cooking related item through Pampered Chef. Or if you would like, the party is still open for the Color Street nails. So if you would like to try the Color Street nails instead, just let me know. Say, hey, I won today. I would love to try the Color Street nails, and send me your shipping information and I can get something sent off to you. Yes, Jason, Cinnabon, the company, uses cream cheese frosting on their cinnamon rolls, and they are the best cinnamon rolls you can buy, I feel like, at most stores. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. Super awesome. I'm just going to refresh the page one more time, get all of our names for our giveaway, and then we will get going. Jason Raymond, would you like to pick one number between 1 and 10? And that will be the name that we pull today for the giveaway. So if you would like to pick a number for me, spell out the number instead of writing it so that it doesn't filter. And we can get this going, you guys. Super excited for this birthday cake for my dad. And tonight he's making filet Oscar for me. So filet style steak, Oscar steak, is a filet steak, and it sits on a bed of mashed potatoes with hollandaise sauce with crab meat on top and asparagus draped over it. I absolutely love it. It is my favorite meal of all time. So I'm gonna refresh this page one more time. It's okay, Doodles. Thank you, 7, Jason. Thank you. Thank you, Joy, for liking my outfit today. I appreciate it. Yes, Doodles, it is my favorite meal. So I'm just refreshing the page one more time, and then we will add all the names into the random name generator, and we will get a winner today. Good luck, everybody. Birthday luck is with you guys. Don't forget, you guys, this is what we are making today. This is what it will look like. This is actually a white chocolate raspberry bundt cake. Absolutely delicious, but that was my birthday cake that I made yesterday, so that we'll have it ready today. Yes, I make dessert. My dad makes dinner. I made dinner last night, so we're kind of trading off and alternating. We have 2 separate cooking styles, so it's kind of fun to be able to enjoy different types of meals. His birthday dinner tomorrow is a seafood dinner, so we've got crab legs and shrimp and oysters and stuff like that for my dad's seafood dinner tomorrow, which will be a lot of fun. Here we go, getting all the names entered in here. You guys bear with me, and we will do our giveaway in just a second. I just need a new Excel sheet. Thank you guys. Thank you for all the happy birthday love. I really appreciate it. I really do. It's awesome. You guys are so sweet. So much love that you guys give me all the time, and I really appreciate it. All right, just getting these names filtered out. I don't have my list of names with me for people who have won in the month of April, so please just be honest. If you win and you've already won for the month of April, you can't win again until May. So just let me know, say, hey, I've won, and I will make sure that I pick another name. I usually have my list with me, but I forgot it on the kitchen table. So we're gonna have to do our best today. I will look through the names and get rid of the ones. Jason, it is the best way to eat steak. I promise you that. I promise you that. It is the best. So I'm going to get rid of some of the names that I recognize as being winners for this month, and then we will get going. Awesome, awesome. Here we go. Perfect. All right. Thank you for the happy birthday. You guys, seriously, filet Oscar is the best way to eat steak. If you can afford it, I highly recommend it. It is so delicious. Asparagus with hollandaise sauce, mashed potatoes, and a little bit of crab meat. It doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit sprinkled on top of your steak itself. It's so good with that hollandaise sauce. Yes, you guys, I can come up with the recipe that my dad uses for the filet Oscar, and I can let you guys know a really good recipe for it. there's a couple of restaurants that make it too, so I'll look online, and some of the restaurants I eat it at, I'll see if they have a good hollandaise sauce recipe. That is the hardest part of the recipe, is the hollandaise sauce. So if you know how to make hollandaise, you are a step closer to making the most delicious steak recipe ever. Thank you. I will enjoy my time. Yes, you guys. Yes, I can definitely post a picture as well tonight of my filet Oscar. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so number 7 will be the one who wins today. And you just have to send me your shipping information and I will get something sent off to you. Remember, if you guys want to host a Pampered Chef party and get tons of free stuff just for hosting the party, just send me a message and say I'd like to host a party and we can get together and do it. Yes. I will let you guys know how to make the yummy hollandaise sauce. So number 1, Brian. Number 2, Christopher. Number 3, Amy. Number 4, Kitty. Number 5, Lynn. Number 6, Tracy. And number 7 is Alexis Standish. Alexis, you are my winner today. Congratulations. Send me your shipping information and I will get something sent off to you through Pampered Chef. I will post the recipe for the hollandaise sauce, you guys, and some of the other parts of this amazing filet Oscar. I know I'm backwards doodles. For whatever reason, you guys, when I flip the camera today, I will show you guys what it looks like. It is awful. It makes me narrow and weird, and I didn't know why, and I didn't like it, so I didn't go backwards today, you guys. I don't know why it's doing that, but congratulations, you guys. Yes, Tammy, catch the replay for the most amazing carrot cake ever. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I will be live again this weekend on Saturday, cooking our final meal with my dad at his house. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but I will make sure to post the recipe once we figure it out. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will post the carrot cake when it is all done and frosted up. It will look a little like this. This is a white chocolate raspberry bundt cake. This is really easy to make. If you guys would like this recipe as well, I will post it for you. Have an awesome rest of your week, you guys, and I look forward to seeing you on Saturday. Bye.